Hey all, welcome back to the channel, and today is a finale day as we look at the finale of the Seacons and how they come together to form this big boy. That's right, it's all about King Poseidon in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, you can always hit that join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member. And today, finally, I get to look at the combined mode of all of the Seacons as King Poseidon. I did not think for a moment I was going to get this set now, and you'll probably hear me mention this a couple of times. To be fair, I am missing one member, that being Overbite. Will I get him? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very happy with how this came together, at least for the most part. So without any further ado, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And so here we are, ready to do really the end result, the ultimate combination, the finale, if you will, of our look at the Seacons, the Decepticon version of the Seacons, I should note, because of course we do have the Predacon version of the Seacons, which we'll see in comparison in just a little bit. We can see that we have everything here in its like alt mode already. Some of this was a long time coming, just very quickly now. We first and foremost have Tentacle. And Tentacle is a leg. Really what you do is you take the hand that came with Tentacle and you put it into one of the foot pieces that came with Turtler. Now, I do have the blasters in here on the side. You can take them off and they can go on Turtler's blaster to give you like a really big version. I looked at Tentacle in episode 819. The other leg is Scalar, who we looked at in episode 870 super recently. Same sort of thing. The two blasters are here. This is him in his foot mode, and we do the same thing with the hand and the foot here. Try and get it as, you know, I guess as solid as you can. It makes for a really big foot. Not gonna lie, it looks more like a fin or a flipper, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, that's Scalar or Gulf, if you will, in his leg mode. Then we have Kraken or Sea-Wing, who we looked at in episode 849. This is a reuse of the Power of the Primes Swoop mold, but it is far more solid than Swoop. It is much more akin to Cutthroat because we have a tailpiece right here that goes together and really helps solidify that forearm section quite nicely. And he is holding in the hand that he has there, he is holding the blaster that came with Turtler. Again, you could take the little blasters and whatnot from up here and build all this into a gigantic blaster. But there you go, an arm. As for the other arm, we got our boy Lobclaw, or Nautilus if you prefer. And again, I could take the bits and pieces there and I could make a huge blaster. But you'll notice that there isn't a hand here. There's a reason for that I'll show in just a moment. Now that being said, normally what most people would do now is show you the fifth, I'll say deluxe Limbot, being Overbite. I don't have Overbite. I have not been able to find him for any sort of a reasonable price at all. And I'm not somebody who's going to be paying, you know, $150, $200 for an Overbite. Let's get real here. So that's all of them in those modes. In the modes that they should be. Here's the nice thing. Overbite's default mode is actually supposed to be as the blaster that would go into the back of the hand. Since we don't have him, we just don't have the blaster. And truth is, putting him into a hand here, like the joint at the hip and the knee here, it's not heavy, like it's not strong enough to hold that up anyway. So I don't know if I'm really missing out. I could still certainly do the combined mode. What is most key to the combined mode? A torso. That's what's needed, man. A torso. And of course we have one here with Turtler, or Snaptrap if you will. The cool, cruel Turtler and Snaptrap. We looked at him in episode 871 very recently alongside Half Shell. Now, the only thing that really leaves is the missing hand annihilator. And I left that up for a reason, because here's the thing. One of the objects that King Poseidon, or Piranacon if you will, is best known for is his huge trident. Without having Overbite, I can't make the trident. So I had to come up with something else to do with all of those parts, and here is what I got. Yeah, buddy, this is what I've got now, and it's definitely not a trident. It's weird. I mean, we have the axe piece and the other trident piece down here. I'm surprised that this piece stays on. Of course, the other piece that's supposed to snap on with it is what we would get with Overbite. It's not there, so for now, he's just going to have to kind of have a weird dual blade-ended... dual-ended. I'm not sure what order to put those words in, but you get the idea. We kind of need to have it this way now because it's the only thing we can do. So all that leaves is putting this big bad lad together. And to do just that, we start off with our two legs. These are in the correct order that they should be in. Fun fact, the only characters that are in the same location on this version of this combiner compared to God Neptune is Tentakill over here, and I think it's Scylla, or I'm not sure if it's Scylla or Cilia. They're the only ones that are in the same spot. They're both the left lower leg. And naturally, we know how this goes. We take our leg and put it in there, and we take our other leg, and we should be able to fit it in there. And now our boy standing up and of course going off screen. For the record, if you happen to hear some rain in the background, like the sky just clouded over almost as dark as night and the heavens opened up, man, it seems kind of fitting for putting together King Poseidon, doesn't it? And I mean opened up, like I mean torrential downpours. I'm just saying, kind of fitting. Kind of fitting. So, all that leaves is the arms, which we know go over there. And then this arm, which goes over here, if I can, there we go. Oh, we kind of started to fall forward a little bit. Oh, man. Didn't mean to pull out a leg there. I was actually just looking to kind of sort of set things up a bit so that, boom, in the end, see if I can get him back here just ever so slightly, and adjusted there, boom, in the end, here we have King Poseidon in his combined mode, baby. And here we have both of the Seacon combiner teams, King Poseidon and God Neptune. Now, depending on the fiction you follow, either the members of King Poseidon were decimated, Lobclaw, or Annihilator, if you will, was destroyed, and they were kind of left in disarray, and Scylla, or Scylla, I don't know how to say her name, kind of came along because Tentakill was also destroyed, came along with the other four members, and sort of revived them to become God Neptune. Or they are actually two different combiners with the members that make up God Neptune kind of being descendants and they are pirates. The kind of difference being that once the Seacons go together to become King Poseidon, I think they they run like a machine with little thought and little disregard for anything until they have to come apart. And I think that there's more more of a mentality, more personality, more cerebral control by God Neptune for combining and uncombining, as where King Poseidon is more of like a berserker type, if that makes sense. That's kind of my understanding as the difference between them. I love adore the colors and the functionality and whatnot of God Neptune. I do find that a couple of the tolerances are a little better on King Poseidon than on God Neptune, but honestly, both of them are really fun and pretty darn great. Let's get to some grades for King Poseidon. So we actually can compare this guy to his animation because he did appear in Super God Master Force. So, how do we kind of score this guy? Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Yes, he should have pink claws, but the whole foot should be pink, not black. The two lower leg lads, they should actually be turned around, like the chests should be kind of what's facing out. Well, I guess with Tentakill, it's actually fairly close, but I feel like all the fish bits should be on the back of the leg. We've seen this before with Combiner Wars. That was the same case with Superion. That was the same case with the Stunticons, for example. So I accept the fish parts, so to speak, being out front. I can live with it. I guess if you wanted to turn them around, you could. You're obviously going to lose the knee band. The thighs, I'll say the back torso, and when I say the back torso, I mean like the part under the chest plate, should all be that dark pink. Where we have the light pink highlights, there are light pink highlights on the hips, so that's all accurate. The actual chest should be that color. There's no Decepticon logo or silver highlighting or this highlighting down here that's supposed to be on the animation, but I like it because it helps break it up. The chrome obviously covers the silver that should be there. The head is pretty great with the dark face and the kind of greenish color around. The two black cannons over the shoulders, yeah, that's correct. When we have our boy Lobclaw over here, honestly, it's about as accurate as you're gonna get. And when we have over on the other side, boy, Sea Wing or Kraken, if you will, the wings pointing up should actually be like pointing down, but besides that, it's not bad. The giant trident thing, obviously, well, that's not gonna work. And we don't have the sixth member as like a target master. But in terms of the actual combined mode itself, this is a pretty great homage. I'm going to give it a solid 9. The deviations are pretty small compared to what some combiners have been. I'm going to say it's a solid 9. The transformation to get here is easy. It's like all these Combiner Wars transformations. I'm going to give that a 10 because it's simple to get here. Now the articulation, it's okay. A couple of tolerance things that we'll talk about now as we sort of go through. Naturally, he can score a pretty decent pose. The head, it goes left and right. No up and down. We don't have a waist, unfortunately. The arm can go all the way out and down. It can go all the way around and back. We have really a double elbow because of the hips and the knees, as we've always seen with the arm lads. We do have a wrist rotation. The thumb moves, the fingers move with these new hands. Dig it. There's solid ports on the hands for putting things like this sword trident thing in. Same on this side, and it works well. It holds the blaster. Blaster's slightly heavy for it, but holds together well. The arms, great. The arms are really great. The hip ratchets here, I guess get that up out of the way. Hip ratchets here on this copy, super strong. Out there to the side, no problem. Same on the other side. Really strong ratchets out to the side. Super strong ratchets forward and back. The knee to 90 degrees. The swivel is kind of loose. The swivel just kind of wants to do what it likes. I think the swivel on God Neptune is a little bit better. There is ankle tilt as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. Then we get to Tentakill over here. Exact same thing. The only difference being with poor old Tentakill is that because he's that like Fembots, Power of the Primes, Moonracer mold and whatnot, I have yet to really figure out a way to really keep this solid. Like, it wants to be sort of loose. It's not the best for a leg. It's better for an arm, and I might make it an arm just for solidity's sake and put somebody else as a leg just because I think there are ones that are more solid legs. The knees on this guy do like to go forward one click. That can be a little bit of a nuisance, so you do have to sort of find the right balance point. See, he wanted to go ahead then. And that's totally, wanting to go ahead then is totally because of this leg over here, honestly. And it just came off, as a matter of fact. It's not the greatest. Tentacle is definitely the weakest. Definitely the weak. Looks cool. Looks wild. But in terms of functionality, Tentacle is definitely the weakest. I'm going to say that the articulation, if you put a different leg down there and use that as an arm, because it's a great arm, I think that it would be a little bit better. But it has everything you could want, honestly, and most of the tolerances are quite good for scoring poses. I'm going to say that it's a solid 8. So we had a 9, we had what I'm going to call a 10 because the transformation's easy, and a 9. Or sorry, an 8. Overall, this guy's about a 9. We'll say between an 8.5 and a 9. It is a solid combiner. There were things done with the Abominus mold that a lot of people said, hey, it should be improved here, like the hip ratchets or the shoulder ratchets of the torso, if you will. Like Turtler's shoulders are tighter than the shoulders on Hunger, for example. Solid look. How does he scale? How does he look? Well, the best comparison I can give for that is this. Oh yeah, man. Now this is how you do a size comparison. You can see everybody that's there, from Triptychon to Scorponok, or Zarek, if you will, to Devastator, Overlord, Abominus, Menasor, Predaking, Bruticus, of course, King Poseidon, and right down the leader of them all, my custom Violent Jiger. Those who know, know. But in the end, what is there to say? He's a fine combiner, and this setup, this scenario right here, these 9 generals are a display option that I have wanted and worked toward for a long time. This feels really good, looks really good. He's a big, bad, imposing lad, and I couldn't be happier to have him. And here we are, and here he is once again, man. And okay, so I love the fact that we have, for those who don't get it, I'll say it now, the zone reference, Violent Jiger, and his 9 Decepticon generals. This was the one holdout that I didn't have, and I was really planning to kind of use God Neptune as a stand-in and ascribe to the fiction where they're the same character. But now, I think I'll ascribe to the fiction where they're not the same character. I'm really kind of smitten with this. Now, to be fair, Tentacle is a terrible, awful leg. Really kind of hurts the stability. It's where he belongs, it's where he's supposed to be, but really kind of hurts the stability. I may end up switching him out. He works infinitely better as an arm. We'll see. We'll see how time goes. This isn't, of course, his trident, but you know what? It's good enough. It's a fish blade. Yeah, hashtag fish blade, right? But yeah. Oh man, it feels so good. Now I think a lot of people probably thought that I was going to show a smattering of all of the Decepticon combiners. That's not what I did, but there will be a time and a place for that a little bit down the road. In the meantime, let me know what you think about the Seacons and which coloration and version do you like better, God Neptune or King Poseidon? I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member, baby. Don't forget that somehow, someway, each and every single day, you right there, you make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, baby, right here inside the videos.